Hi, everyone. My first listen today is the weekly Patreon poll winner, and the winning song for this week is Jethro Tull's Thick as a Brick. Now, this is not the album Thick as a Brick. This is going to be the live Madison Square Garden performance from 1978. Live at Madison Square Garden 1978 is a concert video and an album by Jethro Tull released in 2009. And Thick as a Brick is their fifth studio album released on March 1972. So I'm aware that this is part of a whole bigger production work. And I'm sure at some point I will dig into the larger scheme. But today it will be coming from live at Madison Square Garden. Now, this is not, as you know, my first time hearing Jethro Tull. I have listened to Locomotive Breath and Beret, although it's been a while. It's been quite a while. So it's kind of nice to be returning, and I'm excited that this is what you all chose for me. Let's listen.
Madison Square Gardens, and well, in case you've ever wondered what it's like to step up there in front of 20,000 people and have to entertain them as well as yourselves. I
like that.
Yay! Thank you very much and welcome. Well, good evening, good evening. Welcome to New York. That's a silly thing to say.
Rubbing the hands together. Anyway. Is it cold there? I wonder.
Gonna start with one that you may well know. Cast your minds back, if you will, to 1972 or thereabouts and spot the tune. Really don't mind if you sit this one out. My words better whisper, your deafness, hey, shout.
Nice energy.
Make you feel, but I can't make you think. Your sperm's in the gutter, your love's in the sink. Saw you ride yourselves over the fields, and you make all your animal deals, and your wise men don't know how it feels. Yes, to be thick as a brick. And the sandcastle virtues are all swept away. Hey. In the tidal destruction, the moral melee. Hey, hey, hey. The elastic retreat rings the close of play. Hey. As the last wave uncovers the newfangled way. Hey, hey, hey. But your new shoes are worn in the heels, and your suntan is rapidly healed, and your wise men don't know how it feels to be thick as a brick.
Okay. You know, I find it funny in a way that I am. What should I say? I'm enjoying this. It makes me smile. It even makes me laugh. I am entertained. I am truly entertained by this in a good way. And how would I describe this experience? Well, first of all, when the sound came in and then his voice, and I suddenly remembered, that is I've only listened to 2 Jethro Tull pieces in my life, right? And it's been, as I said, quite a while. One of them was Boré, which was really more of a reworking of something by Bach. So I don't feel that I've had a really broad exposure to him. And yet, when that voice came in and the moment I said, I like the energy there, I recognized the same sort of vibrancy and energy and playfulness that captured me in my first 2 exposures. And here it is again. And so I'm laughing with enjoyment. I'm laughing with, not because I think it's funny, but because it just makes me feel that way. And this is my first time seeing them perform. I'm thinking about whether that's playing into it, but it's nice to see them perform, yes, and I want to comment about that. But for me, it's the sonic element. It's what the music is doing that brings the whole thing alive and gives it that spark, that fiery spirit. And I'm also thinking stylistically, there are things about this that even the musical style and everything, it really makes me think back to, let's say, the bardic traditions, even the topic and the way it's presented, and there's a very traditional folk bardic performance, and that is where I want to bring in what I'm seeing on screen as well, which I think affirms or corroborates that I'm getting from the music as well. And that is, there's very much a storytelling kind of entertainment element. And it's all of this message in the lyrics, which is not one that I would say is particularly laughable, right? I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because there's such a vibrancy and a magnetism to the music, even though it's such a simple, really simple little line. As I said, bardic style, even more. It's not even a fully developed folk melody, right? There's some folk tune elements, but it's more, the music is there to tell a story, to convey a message and present it in a sort of entertaining story type format. And he's doing that brilliantly. And even his presentation on stage, the way he's so quick and I might even say witty in his delivery. All it goes along with this, supports it, contributes to it, and enhances it. And so that's why you see me just having so much fun watching, because it's a really great performance.
But you need shoes and worn in the heels, and your suntan is randomly and your wine don't know how it feels. To be thick as a brick.
The way he spaces the lines and delivers them. This is interesting. All right, so I'm thinking also about, I'm noticing also the things that I often notice, the tonal colors and everything, the mix. So this little line, and the tone of his voice, there's a sort of, there's a sort of brightness in his voice. And it fits with the kind of folky style timbre of the instruments he's playing. And then somehow when we're going here and he just plucks those couple little higher pitched guitar notes, somehow it feels like a thread that is being carried from what he was singing to the guitar and passed through there because of the tonal commonalities, we could say.
To be thick as a brick.
Right. Go here. That felt like
it's so far away. I'm a bad dream that I just had today.
And I like the way the organ and his voice
You shake your head, yes.
are articulating together. Delicate. It's very folky.
See, there is something wrong with pronouncing fade to fight. That a blackheads on his shoulders, that defies himself in the night.
The guitar is following his voice so well. They're working together.
Teach him to play Monopoly on a single array.
Or maybe it's the organ. It's both. It's everything. Ooh! Listen to that dissonance. Such a great transition from one mood to the next. Bum, 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 bum. Building a suspense. Oh, here comes the flute.
The poet and the painter casting shadows on the water as the sun blazed on the infantry returning from the sea. The doer and the thinker, no allowance for the other as the failing light illuminates the mercenaries' courage. The home fire burning, the kettle almost boiling, but the master of the house is far away. The horse is stamping, their warm rams clouding in the sharp and frosty morning of the day. And the poet lifts his pen while the soldier sees his sword. And the youngest of the family is moving with authority, building castles by the sea. He bears a tawny ties to watch them all the sun. Ooh, oh, oh, oh.
It's interesting to me that I didn't know this was coming up, but as I was saying, the sort of bardic storytelling tradition, and now as we're progressing through the music, even the lyrics, you know, he's putting us back in that time and using that, so it makes sense, of course, that's what I felt at the beginning, because that's his vision for the piece. It is, but I have to say, he is a storyteller. He is telling the story, and not just a story, right? Because this is not so much a story as a narrative, or a fable, but the message he's delivering is in story form. And seeing him perform, you hear it in the music. And I'm talking about him, but I don't want to leave out the whole band, because, as I've been commenting, they are so together, so tight, and the way they are organizing their musical parts, their instrumental parts, and the rhythms, and it's so well coordinated to enhance. In fact, we could say, in a way, that he is just the face of the story. And just as he's gesticulating and acting out parts of the story that he wants to bring our attention to, that he wants to use as tools along the way, it's almost like the whole band, this is interesting, I could say the whole band is an extension of his arms and fingers and eyes and all of his movements. But that gives us an incorrect impression, as if he is directing the whole band. But that is not true. The band is so attuned to the story themselves that it's as if they are extensions of, how do I say this? They are his limbs, extensions of his limbs, and all the parts of him that are moving and telling the story. The glance of his eyes, the instruments are doing that as well. But it's not him that's controlling them. So that's why I say it's almost like he's the face of the band. It's an interesting dynamic that I hear and that I see happening in this performance. And that's why I say this is a really great performance, because each one is so well attuned and so connected and coordinated that although he's in the spotlight, and although our attention is mostly on him if we're watching it, and even if we're listening, it's mostly on what he's singing, he is certainly not the only driver of the music. He's certainly not the only engine. He's not the only one saying this is how it goes. It is a whole ensemble effort. It's a collective performance, and each one is so integral and so essential to the musical effect. And I enjoy hearing that. And I enjoy seeing that as well. Listen to how the organ, the guitar, the drums, they're all enhancing and adding to what he's doing and what he's singing. Even at this point, with all his dancing around, you could actually take him out of it, and the music would be doing everything for us. Oh, nice to catch a glimpse of the keyboard. Listen to how the keyboard, listen to this. Listen to what's happening here. Again, We think it's all about the flute, but no. Listen to what's happening between the flute and the organ. And the guitar. There's the keyboard. And the guitar. That guitar almost has a bagpipey sound. There's that interplay between the keyboard and the flute. And the drums there, adding in. These little rapid flurries of notes that he's singing, that he's singing on the flute, that he's playing on the flute. You know, it's almost like, I don't know, a bird taking off, flying away. Off it goes. Just a rapid flutter of wings. And if you think about the rhythmic element, okay, sure, it's a string of pitches, but it's a rhythm. And that's why I say the drums are also participating in this whole bird flight flurry of notes, because you hear the drums are going along and then they do their own little burst of fluttering wings. Right there? Sure, you can just call it a drum fill, but it's more than that. It's part of the whole, even with, along with the flute. That bass line in there, running all over the place. Almost like it's a baton, twirling the baton. Okay, I gotta back up and see what's going on there for a second. Entirely sure, because the video is not focused and clear enough for me to say for sure, but I think what I'm hearing there is him playing and vocalizing in between the notes he's playing. I think that's what I heard there, that sort of thing. Right there. Bonk, bonk, bonk. This has a bit of a circus element to it.
My father was a man of power, whom everyone will obey.
Back to the guitar, finally. Woo!
Saw you ride yourselves over the fields, and you make all your animal deals. And your wise men don't know how it feels. Yes. Oh, to be thick, faster. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you kindly.
Woo! So that is what you have been talking about ever since I first heard Jethro Tull, and those of you who said you have to watch him perform, you have to watch him perform, you have to see him on stage. Well, so this is the Jethro Tull performance experience. I see. And I understand now why you say, you have to see it. Yes. It's fun. It's impressive. It's, as I said, it's entertaining. But I guess the thing that I find so fascinating about it is this mix of music, performer, frontman, entire band ensemble, circus elements, and the way it all blends, and it feels like at different points in this piece of music, different things are more important. For example, towards the end of the whole solo section, I was starting to think, okay, so at this point, it really feels like it's not terribly that much about the music itself, although the music is great. And I was thinking, okay, if I'm just not watching, if I'm just listening, what do I hear in the music, and how is it impacting me? And it's interesting. It's running all over, and it helps to explain some of what I heard in the previous two songs that I listened to way back when, and those portions where it kind of got crazy. And the question is, okay, and what for? And now I understand the reason is because it's supposed to be a crazy bit of music running around, but it's more about the antics on stage. It's more about the performance. That's the circus moment of, look at all the tricks I can do. I can twirl my flute like a baton. I can stand on one leg. I can wave my arm. I can play and vocalize at the same time. I'm at the keyboard. I I can do all these strange contortions. I can do all this, and the entire band can do all this. And we're here as entertainers, as circus clowns in a sense. And we're here to impress you with all the different crazy things we can do. And there was a portion of the music which was mostly about that. Meaning, yes, lots of interesting things happening in the music could be pointed out. But when I think about it, is any one of those particular musical elements important in the sense that it must be that and not something else? Would it matter so much if it was this instrument or that instrument in that moment? Would it matter so much if it were a scale up instead of a scale down? Would it matter so much if it were this chord or another chord? And the answer is no, it doesn't matter. That's why I say it's not about the music in that moment. It's about the music supporting the performers and what the performers are doing on stage. That is what matters. But the entire song wasn't like that. It was a portion of the song. And that's why I'm fascinated with the way the critical elements change from time to time. In the beginning, sure, he was entertaining to watch as he delivered his lines. And sure, the melody was not a fully developed song even. It was just a melody. But it was far more about the music, even though it wasn't as elaborate of music as later in the piece. And if I were to listen without any visual assistance, visual input to the verses themselves, they would be just as satisfying and just as entertaining and just as incredibly vibrant, because it's the way he's delivering and performing musically. So it's about the musical performance and the spirit, the life, the dynamism that is coming through musically. And so the attention is shifted and the importance is shifted from one element to another at different points in the piece. And it's not the first time that I've heard a piece like that. But it's interesting to see and experience this because of the different, shall I say, the different development levels of the music. And all of it is woven together in a very naturally progressing, satisfying, listening or watching or both experience. If I had no visual input, I would have enjoyed the entire performance. If I had no audio input, I would have still enjoyed the entire performance, just with the visuals. It's really great in bringing those two art forms together in this very folk music driven, even popular entertainment, traveling circus sort of entertainment presentation, and at the same time, as I said earlier on, the bardic storyteller, poet, musician, deliverer of profound messages, which is also a part of this. So a lot of fun and a lot of interesting things on so many different levels. It makes me appreciate Jethro Tull and his musical output that I've heard even more, and it makes me curious to explore more of it in the future, which I'm sure I will do. So thank you all for choosing this one for me this week, and I keep saying it every week. But I am looking forward to what you choose for me next week. I'm sure it's going to be worth my time and something that I enjoy. I'll see you soon.